Welcome everybody to the first race of VGTR Sprint Season 10. I am your host and commentator for today. And we are at Bathurst. And we are also in qualifying for today's race. And I think we've already had a couple of personal bests taken, as the drill and advantage actually sets the fastest lap of the qualifying so far, but Lars Brandenstein beats that pretty quickly with a 2:02. Then Marijn van Veen with a 2:01.5, pretty quickly going to the top of the table with a McLaren 720S Evo. Very, very quick time, and he's already improving as Lars Brandenstein still stays in second, and people still coming out of the pits. Quickest time in the AMS, Ganahari Hutama in 4th place with a 2:03.3. Not the quickest lap time we've seen him do, so he's still got a couple of tenths in there. We have 33 drivers out on the track, and one of them we have seen way too much of. It is... oh, he's not loading in yet. It is going to be Abe Santaman. There you go, he's down there. I can't, for the life of me, get to him, I think that's just... there you go. Abe Santaman. In the wrong livery. Pacholo Domano, we've seen him quite often in this season. He's back as well, and he is in the McLaren. Out of all the cars we have expected him to be in, he is in the McLaren. If I can move my window around. What is going on? Let me move. Okay, interesting. It's just going to be stuck in the side of my corner. Okay, whatever. Abe Santaman sets the quickest lap time of the qualifying. No surprises there. 2:01.4 in order to take P1. But Marijn van Veen was going to be going quicker. Sadly invalidating, and now going to be starting his next flying lap. Camille Taha in 4th. Sert Pluk now in 5th. And Damon Jensen in 6th. Limpar Bertol, the AM champion of last season, in 7th now. Or not last season. A couple of seasons ago. Noah Lafrogne, only 5 thousandths away from Ganahari Hutama for the AM pole position. No, Ganahari Hutama does go a bit quicker, about 3 tenths. But Noah Lafrogne, 6 tenths up on his best lap. There's 13 minutes to go in this qualifying session, and he's 6 tenths up. That will put him up quite a lot of positions. He will probably be somewhere in 6th, I propose. Yeah, somewhere in 6th. And definitely going to be ahead of Ganahari Hutama, and will take provisional pole for his respective split. Matas, we haven't seen him in quite some time. He's in 11th right now with a 2:03.3. Somebody just set a very quick lap time. Sir Plukey's in 3rd, and there goes Noah Lafrogne up into 6th place. And provisional pole in the AM split. Damon Jensen in 6th. Eric Giselle goes up into 2nd place with a 2:01.5. And he's going to be hoping to improve on that as well. He is driving the Porsche 992 Cup. Not 992 Cup, the GT3. Is anybody else improving on their lap times? Limpar Bertol going 5 tenths quicker. He's coming through the final straightaway now towards the chase. This is actually one of my favorite tracks in this game. Very nice to drive on, as he's just going a bit sideways there. 5 tenths up still through the final corner. Will he be able to maintain this advantage? 6 tenths up as he comes through the final corner. A bit of a bounce on the final corner, and he goes up into 10th place with a 2:02.7. Matas going 4 tenths quicker already through the 2nd sector. That was definitely a little bit of a bump into the wall. As Vladimir Lordani goes a 2:00.8 in the McLaren now. that is a bit of competition for Abe. As Abe currently not even in the 200s. He is going 3/10 up. Through the second sector he goes now. A very, very mesmerizing sector to look at, as he actually had one of his worst sectors in the second sector. Purple sector in the final sector for him, and I think purple sector in the first one for Vladimir Lordani. There goes Abe. He's going a second quicker on his 201.3. And yet again, it's going to be one of those days. Lars Breitenstein going 5/10s quicker. He's on the final straightaway now. As Lordani, unfortunately, yellow flag for him. He's not going to be doing the rest of his lap. And Lars Breitenstein is now going to be coming across the line 7/10s up on his time. It will be a 201.4. It will be third place right ahead of Eric Giselle. Beautiful stuff, as Abe Santama now behind Reisenhauser in the Nissan. He will be held up a little bit here, so his final sector is not going to be as great as he wanted it to be. Still 6/10s up, and it still will be provisional pole for the Dutchman in the McLaren. As we look a bit further down the grid, Aidan Furby with a 206.4, his fastest time so far. He is going 8/10s up. And he'll be hoping to move up through the field. He's going actually 1.1 seconds up. This will be a pretty good improvement at 205.4 for the world man. That is the world flag. Gudantas Rozenas. Pretty sure that is Lithuanian. Another Lithuanian person joining the grid. So far, the quickest Lithuanian on the grid as well. So, I want to see the times. I don't want to see the cameras. Gudantas Rozenas. That was a quickest lap time for him. It was a 202.215. Definitely an improvement, but not enough in order to move up into 7th place. Who else behind him is improving? Well, we've got Andrew Priatko, who is going 3/10s quicker. No, he's lost a bit of time through Forest Elbow. It is a pretty crucial corner, that is, because if you mess up the exit of it, then you have a very bad exit and run towards the chase, which is what happened here, and he has decided to scrap the lap. Drilla Nakmataj going 4/10s quicker on this lap. It might be enough to put him ahead of Matas, if he can continue this form on. As he comes through the chase and towards the final corner now, he's got either, yeah, that is Dries Verhulst, who's going to be starting his lap. As Drilla Nakmataj comes through the final corner in second gear. Very nicely done. Lost a bit of time there. Not enough in order to get ahead of Matas, but he knows where he's messed up. As you can see, yellow sector in the first one and in the final one. It is absolute chaos trying to set a lap here when there is over 30 cars out on the track. It's Benjamin Koo going 1.2 seconds quicker through the final bit off the second sector, through the Forest Elbow. A good exit through there. 1.2 seconds up. And it's going to be the crucial run towards the final couple of corners as somebody breaking the polystyrene boards on the straight. The fastest time of a 206.5 for Benjamin Koo. He definitely can go quicker, and I think he is. He's lost a ton of time through the final sector. Now he's a whole 3.8 seconds, 4 seconds up. This might be a 202 for the AM driver as he comes through the final sector now, through the final corners. Can he finally get into the 202s? This is what he would need in order to compete up at the top of the AM split from 29th all the way up into 15th. Sadly, it's only 4th in the AMs, but it was a yellow sector in the first sector, so definitely more improvement to be done there. And he's a whole 7/10 off in the middle sector, so a lot of improvement that can be done in order to challenge Noah Lafrogne. And I think Vilvieren was very quick as well. No, it's still Noah Lafrogne who is the quickest. 202.4 for the Frenchman. An absolute stunning lap. And definitely one that can... Well, okay, I say that. Now he's gone off. Abe Santimus, that's another fastest lap. A 200.7. It's not quick. It's not much quicker than his pole lap, as Vladimir Loredani sets a 20... Okay, it was a 601.7. I thought it was a 201.7. But off track. Yes. Now Laura Frogno will be trying to cool down his tires or just stop on the track. Who else is going quicker? Well, still Abe Santoma is trying to go into the 159s. As Anthony Camacho going 4/10 up in the second sector in the BMW. A bold choice. But ultimately a good choice as well. As he comes through Skyline, very easy to lose control. Getting close to the walls. Not as close as some other drivers do, but close enough in order to make it count. You can actually go on board. Can we go on board? Okay, well, we go on board and he stopped, so not that helpful. Patrolo Domano in the McLaren. Going 7/10 quicker. This will be a pretty good lap, definitely ahead of Anthony Camacho and Andrew Priatko. As he comes through the chase, a very late braking point there. Going over the curve, losing a bit of control and losing a bit of time as well. Now through the final corner, he will have to find some time because that was not a good showing. A pretty decent final corner. He goes to 22nd place. As Abe Santimus, that's another quickest lap time after qualifying at 200.4. And Vladimir Lordini still trying to press on as Muren Van Veen going up into 5th place at 201.4 for the 720S. And Eric Giselle going up into 3rd place over 201.0. As Abe still going 2/10 quicker as well with the final 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go off this qualifying session. And Ganahari Hutama trying to go quicker and improve in the Ferrari. Noah Lafrogne not improving on this lap. He still has one more to go if he wants to fully reinforce his place at the top in the AMS. Sir Pluch going a 10th quicker as well. But all that Ganahari Hutama needs is those 4/10. As Noah Lafrogne comes into the pits, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be his qualifying over. Ganahari finds an extra 2/10, and he slows down, and that's it for his qualifying session. He is going to be starting in 11th or 2nd in the AMS. Vilverenen still not improving. And who else is improving? Well, David Dvorak is. He's going 5/10 up. 6/10 up through the 2nd sector. Getting closer and closer to those walls. Good stuff. It's through the Forest Elbow. A Very easy corner to get wrong, and I say that, and he does get it wrong. The comment in his curse coming back at it again. David Blith going 3/10 up through the second sector. He goes now. Maren Van Veen going 2/10 up, and this will be enough to put him ahead of Lars Breitenstein if he's able to carry this on. Through the final sector he goes now. In the 720S, he will have one more lap if he wants to improve in order to get ahead up onto the first row. Well, there he goes now, up ahead of Lars Breitenstein. Lars Breitenstein is not going to have another lap to go, so that is going to be his qualifying over. And Maren Van Veen now going to be hunting for the place of Eric Giselle. Is Eric Giselle yellow flag, and that is it for his qualifying session as well, I think. Indeed it is. David Blith going 6/10 up. He's even got a ton of damage on his car. Hopefully that's just visual, as he is 32nd right now. He needs those seconds in order to get ahead of Bima Aria. As he comes through the chase, currently the last person on the grid. He's going to be going across the line now. Is it going to be enough to get ahead of Bimo Aria as he comes across the line from 32nd? It's not enough by 0.2 of a second. Unlucky stuff for him. Maren Van Veen still going a 10th up as he got somebody who's possibly impeded him. And indeed they did, because now yellow flags, and he's not going to be happy with that at all. Definitely had an opportunity to get up into third. Now going to be starting in 4th. Anybody else improving on their final attempts? Camille Tar, he's going 3/10 up. Through the second sector, through the twisty mountainous bits. 4/10 up. This might be a 2:01. It might be enough to put himself ahead of Damien Jensen as he just messes up the entry into Forest Elbow. A little bit of a sideways action. Tail out. And he's lost all of the time gained in the mountainous bits. But can maybe Camille Taha gain it through the final sector? He only needs about a 10 to get ahead of Lone Lafrogne, though it won't really matter for position. It will matter because he will be getting closer to Gudentus Rosensas, and sadly, Rosenas, and sadly it's not enough. And that is the end of qualifying for today's race. And that is the grid for today's race, which we will go over when we all get onto the grid. Who's got one of our liveries? I suppose it's going to be Declan Bowler. No, not Declan Bowler, sorry. Drillin Akhmatosh, there we go, in the VGTR livery. Just have to plug it in there quite nicely. If you do have any predictions of how the race will go, I would love to hear them, and we'll see who is the closest to being correct. I predict that there's going to be a lap 1 crash. I'm going to go out there and say that there will be a lap 1 crash. Actually, maybe if I can ask somebody in the voice chat.
Yeah, it's always good to have
be
more
safe
fuel
than
than
sorry, so.
Yeah, it's always better to have more fuel than that. Actually, think about that, we'll increase might do 95 liters.
I think I can get away with 80.
I'm
Predictions?
monitoring a track guide, so please be quiet.
I did absolutely horribly in quali.
I did great.
Yeah, I'm gonna do 95 liters.
Any predictions for the race?
Pile up.
Abe wins.
Everyone else crashes.
Everybody else crashes. True, yeah. I lose all my positions and end the race last.
Damn.
I will be top 10.
Top 10.
I am not in a good mood after quali.
Yeah, what
I
happened?
may or may not run out of fuel. There's my
Bro,
What's my
every
prediction?
time I was on a good lap, I swear like some driver who was blue flag drove right onto my line, and then I'm like, oh my god.
No, no. It's happened, yeah. But there was like 32 people, so it makes sense.
Good luck, guys.
Thanks.
Honest
Good
worst
luck,
day of
Eric.
holiday.
Luck, everybody.
Good luck, Ben. Good luck, Anthony. Good luck, Drillon. Good luck, Ethan. Good luck, Pocholo.
Thank you, thank you.
Good luck, Artie.
What? Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, I still got plenty of time to watch this
Like
video.
80 liters.
I think I would have
yeah,
qualified 5th.
I'm putting on 95 to be safe.
I'm putting 81 or probably more. I'm with McLaren.
82.
Anyway, good luck.
85.
Well, that is the predictions from the races. And now we can go and have a look at everybody. Does it work? Yes, it does. Abe, on pole. Starting alongside him is Vladimir Lordanidi, sorry. I called him Lordani this whole time. It's Vladimir Lordanidi. He's going to be starting on the front row. Behind them, Eric Giselle starting alongside Marin van Veen on the second row. Then behind them, Lars Breitenstein and Sert Pluch. Then fourth row, we've got Damien Jensen and Gudentes Rosenas. Then the pole sitter for the AM split is Noé Laprogne. And starting alongside him on the fifth row is Camille Taha. Kanehari Hitama starting right behind Noé Laprogne on the sixth row. And alongside him is Limpar Bertold. Vil Verenen in 13th. And alongside him is Declan Bowler on the 7th row. Marvin Reisenhauser, the only Nissan on this grid. He's starting in 15th on the 8th row alongside Benjamin Koo. Fabio Galamini in 17th and Chris Rice 18th in the 9th row. Dries Verhulst 19th and Drill Nachmantage in 20th on the 10th. Mata Sidakirskis in 21st and alongside him Sean Warby in 11th row, on the 11th row. Andrew Priatko and Pocholo Tamana start alongside each other on the 17th row off this grid. Anthony Camacho and David Vorak start alongside each other. These are the AM drivers now. Mohamed Bintang and Ethan Reed start alongside each other on the 19th row of this grid. And Tom Brown, round of applause for him because he hasn't really driven that much. Starts 29th alongside him, Aidan Furby. Bimo Aria in 31st alongside him, David Blith on the... what is that? 20... I can't count. 16th? No, it's not, can't be 16th row. Whatever. It is some sort of row. And Alex Sun starts in 33rd with no lap set. That is your grid for today's race. And, well, I'm pretty sure this man right here will win. You know, I'm just saying, you know, 4 consecutive championships. Starting in first. Though Vladimir Lordanidi, very good first performance for his first qualifying session here. We'll see if he's able to get back up there and challenge Abe for the win. You know, we don't want to see him run away that easily, as we've got Eric Giselle also behind Abe Santama and Lars Breitenstein starting in 5th. They are all starting right behind each other. Eric Giselle and Lars Breitenstein, the newest, not the newest additions, part of the VGTR Esport team. So is Semi Sert Pluch and Benjamin Koo as well. Drill and Achmatage. Anthony Camacho, Pocholo Tamano, Ethan Reed, all in the VGTR junior team. But no matter what, this race will go on as they have their long formation lap to do around this circuit. No rain scheduled. It's a hot day in the countryside of Mount Panorama in Bathurst. And should be one hell of a 45-minute sprint race to open up this season, the 10th season of VGTR Sprint. Wow. Pretty sure, you know, if we look at our past races on Bathurst, even the first corner, the one which they have like 5 meters to go to, usually is not as clean, let's just say that, you know. We've seen a couple of people get completely destroyed there. But, you know, they press on, you know, it's alright. Where everything does happen is here, because there will be somebody who hits the inside wall, then they hit another wall, then they'll hit another wall, they'll spin, they collect somebody, since it's such a narrow bit of this track, such a fast speed track as well, and, you know, you just have a pile up. Second corner as well. Yeah, you know, we pray that all 32 people, 32 drivers are able to do this race. Some of them might only do 5 meters, some of them might do the whole 45 minutes. Should we go spectate Matas as he is on his formation lap? A person that is known for crashing on the formation lap as well. So we'll see if he's going to do that today. He's got Dries Verhaal starting right ahead of him in the kind of foresty coloured Aston Martin V8 Vantage. But now, as the grid still single file, and as you can see, Vladimir Lordanidi just weaving from side to side, trying to get some temperature into those tires. Not sure why, since it is a super hot day out there, as they now will start to line up side by side, and we'll see the start of this race unfold right before our eyes. A lot of people towards the back will be starting mid-corner, which is not ideal if you want to get positions, but everybody needs to remember that even though this is called the sprint season, you don't gain positions in one lap. But, however, Abe Santama will be starting in first. He's got the inside line as he now waits for the green flag to wave and for the season to start, as the marshal now waves the green flag, and we are off for the first season, as Abe Santama already up into, well, obviously up in second place already, gets in a pretty good run, as everybody else in the back. Who's that going off? I think that was Camille Taha and Gudentes Rosenses. Oh my god, what is going on in the background? There is a Ferrari stranded on the side of the track, as Gudentes Rosenas down into 9th place after the start. And now we go into the second corner, and we'll see what's going to happen here. The leader of Noé Lafrogne still up in first. There's something going on there. Third Pluk going a bit slow, but overall, actually pretty clean through the second corner. No, I say that now. Somebody has just gone straight into the wall. They're still able to keep it on the track. Marvin Reisenhauser colliding with Damien Jensen. as they also just about keep it on the track. And in the background, somebody heading right into the wall. 2 people returning back to the pits. That is David Dworak and Aidan Furby. Back to the front, Vladimir Lodanidi already 2 seconds behind Abe Santama. Eric Giselle also having a pretty good start. He's still in 3rd, and Lars Breitenstein up into 4th place. Noah Lafrogne from 9th. He's up into 7th. A good start for the AM driver. And we'll see how long he can keep up this position, as now Gudentes Rosanas is going to be long side by side with him, coming up through the straight. He's got Sir Pluk behind him as well. As well, Sir Pluk is going to be boxed in here. He can't go side by side, but they're going to be trying to go 3 wide into the next corner. I'm not sure how this will happen. Noah Lafrogne nearly getting pit maneuvered by Sir Pluk. Rosanas now going on the inside, and who's that spun out? That is Camille Taha. He had stopped on the track and he's hit Sir Pluk. Sir Pluk still able to carry on, though he's definitely got a lot of damage in the car. And Camille Taha, unfortunately for him, he's going to have a lot of damage on that Porsche, since he was stranded in the middle of the track. Nothing he could have done there, just having to hold his brakes. I think that's Pacello Domano coming into the pits as well. There is no mandatory pit stop this race, so he will be losing out in that department. Now, Sir Pluk still trying to get ahead of Limpar Bertel. Declan Bowler down in 10th. Vil Verunen trying to get past Declan Bowler, as he's got Damon Jensen right behind him. They are not fighting for position in their split, but Vil Verunen trying to get closer to Leon Lafrogne and trying to make that gap less and less. But Damien Jensen is not going to let that happen. He's going to try and get in front of him. It is very hard to overtake in this on this track, as Damien Jensen makes a big mistake, nearly hitting the wall. As we've got a ton of people coming into the pits. That is Pacello Domano, Sean Werby, Dries Verhulst, Andrew Priatko, Matas Adekeskis, Anthony Camacho, Benjamin Koo, Alex Sun, and Aidan Furby. That is about 7 people coming into the pits. Now, I love it when people forget to hold their brakes, says Benjamin Koo. So sadly for somebody, sadly for Benjamin Koo, somebody did not hold their brakes while having a collision, and well, sadly collected them. 3.5 minutes of repairs for Matas. He's going to be out of this race, or even if he's still in the race, he's going to be a couple of laps behind the leader. Sir Pluk, with the damage that he's got on his car, he's only 4/10 away from Limpar Berthold. Ben Koo says he's got 5 minutes of damage on his Mercedes. That is one hell of a lot. As Vil Verunen trying to get past Declan Bowler for 10th place. Matas saying that he's out of the race. It's a bit pointless for him to be carrying on. As Vil Verunen trying to get past Fabio Galamini. He's off the track. Camille Taha and Ganahari Hutama off the track, and they're all collided together. As Ganahari Hutama comes back onto the track in 18th place with quite a bit of damage. Mohammed Bintang trying to go for a move on Tom Brown. Tom Brown up into 16th place. Have at it, guys. 13 places up for the Bean car. And it's absolutely a great start for him. I'm not sure if he's got any damage, but even if he does, I don't think it matters to him at all. Sir Pluk trying to get past Limpar Berthold, and this is for position in the split. As in front, Noel Progne, who was battling with Gudentes Rosanas, and Limpar Berthold behind. Someone lost it at the in the mountain, and it was that for like 10 people. Yeah, I saw it, but it wasn't that big of a pileup, to be fair. I don't think it was a huge pileup. I just remember that it affected a lot of people, as in damage-wise. Who's that off the track right in front? That is one of the Mercedes. I think that's Andrew Priatko. As Marvin Reisenhauser. It's as if there is an oil spill on the track. Both of them coming off the track through a skyline. Both of them coming back onto the track in a safe manner, which is what we like to see. Mata saying that he got shafted by a few people in it. Yeah, I guess when people start to hit walls and when other people start bouncing off other people, it's just a huge mess. Mohammed Bintang still trying to get past Tom Brown. He's 2/10 away. He's going to be on the outside of the next corner. Well, he's going to be on the inside for the next corner, but he's going to be on the outside for the chase. So I don't think it will matter. Mohammed Bintang will be ahead before they head into the chase. Tom Brown maybe can try and go on the inside, and he's not going to do that. He's down into 17th place, but still a great start for him. Serpleu and Limpar Berthold coming together momentarily there. Probably just a little bit of a drop, and Serpleu makes a great move on the inside off the hell corner. That is actually the official name, but now they've got Declan Bowler involved in this battle. Virunen trying to get closer as well. As Limpar Berthold, the man who's getting hunted, he's in 8th place. He had a pretty good start, 4 positions up from 12th place, as now he's going side by side with Serpleu. Through the second corner they go, and now they're still going to be going side by side through the cutting, as Declan Bowler also trying to get his nose in, and also not losing his position to Vilverunen. Now they've got Damien Jensen in this battle, and Chris Rise will be looking on fondly, hoping that these guys collide and he gets 2nd place in the split. It's Vilverunen. Vilverunen still 4/10 away from Declan Bowler, as Declan Bowler dropped a little bit behind Serpleu. And Serpleu now getting a great exit out of Forest Elbow and up towards the chase. He's going to have the slipstream. I'm not sure how the Aston Martin is on top speed. It doesn't look like it's gaining too much, as he's going to be going side by side, round the outside, into the chase. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get this overtake done. I think Limpar Berthold just let him go there. Does not want to get into a collision. Now Declan Bowler trying to also slide his nose in, but not able to come in this time. 3/10 away, as Vilverunen still hunts him down for 10th place. Alongside him now, round the outside, Vilverunen still not going to be able to get much of an overtake done on him, as most people who were in the pits are coming out now. Benjamin Koo, one of them, he's behind Alex Sun for 30th place. Surprisingly, only 2 retirements, as Serpleu still, well, he was behind Limpar Berthold, now he's behind Noël Progne for 7th place. And I think he's a bit too far back in order to make a move. Limpar Berthold round the outside, trying to make something happen, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do it now. Through the cutting they go, and up towards the mountainous bit. Limpar Berthold might want to get on the inside here. No, he won't. A good show of patience as the train of 6 cars continue going up the hill. If one of them makes a mistake up at the front, then, well, it's going to be doomed for all of them. As Damien Jensen, he made a move on Vilverunen coming up the hill. Vilverunen now down into 12th place, and a bigger gap between him and Noël Progne now built. As Limpar Berthold still getting closer to Serpleu. Serpleu losing a bit of time on Noël Progne. Mirren van Veen getting closer to Lars Breitenstein for 4th place. We saw Mirren losing that 1 position to Lars on the opening lap. Ethan Reed, yellow flag for him. He is... has he got back going? Yeah, I think he has now. Mirren van Veen, he made Lars Breitenstein a bit too nervous there. Lars making a huge mistake into the chase. And now round the outside, will Mirren van Veen have enough exit speed in order to make it work? A nice little switcheroo. Is it going to happen? And I don't think it will. Close though, as Serpleu now gets past Noël Progne for 7th place. Now on the inside, Mirren van Veen tries to make a move on Lars Breitenstein, or at least force him into a mistake. Losing a bit of time though now, so he won't be able to challenge him into the second corner. Now Limpar Berthold trying to get past Noël Progne, as in the background Vilverunen losing a bit of pace to the train. It's Declan Bowler also trying to force Limpar Bertold to make a mistake. Behind him, though, he's still got Damien Jensen. These are all fighting for position, except Limpar Bertold, who goes very, very wide, trying to get past Noah Lafrogne. Up into the hill they go now, or up the hill, not into the hill. And Limpar Bertold losing a bit of time. Eric Giselle going slow. He's made a mistake. That's brought Lars Breitenstein much, much closer to him. And Limpar Bertold getting closer to Noah Lafrogne as Declan Bowler makes a mistake. Able to keep it on the track and nearly allowing Damien Jensen through. That was very, very close and a very nerve-wracking moment for him. Lars Breitenstein now trying to go side by side with Eric Giselle. There's a blue flag back marker right in front of them. He's going to get in the way. I'm not sure if there's anything that Warby can do in order to allow them through. Eric Giselle now getting passed by Lars Breitenstein, and now also getting passed by the blue flag car behind them. Maren van Veen making a huge mistake, but able to just about stay in control of the car. As Ethan Reed down in 20th. What's happened to Damien Jensen? Yellow flag for him. I think he's collided with Will Verunen, and he is out of this race. Yeah, he is out of this race. I can no longer see him on the timing screens. What happened to Ethan? I'm not sure if I saw it. I'm just watching a replay of what happened at the start, and it genuinely just looks like somebody did not hold their brakes at all. How does that happen? And what is the car number of that person? Anyway, now I'm not sure what happened to Ethan Reed at all. He's into the pits. He's got a lot of damage on his car. So does Sean Warby and Alex Sun, who is May. That is a huge collision. That is involved Eric Giselle as well in it, and Godentes Rosanas. Now Sir Pluk and Noah Lafrogne and Limpar Bertold all going very, very slow, trying to avoid this accident. I'm not sure who that was caused by. But nevertheless, it has caused a huge amount of damage on the car of Rosanas. And now what's happened there? Declan Bowler in the wall, colliding with Will Verunen. Well, now Godentes, Rosanas. Oh, no, sorry, Limpar Bertold and Noah Lafrogne going side by side through the chase. Noah Lafrogne just sadly right behind. Not going to be able to do much there. What's happened? Sir Pluk, he's in the wall. And now he has to wait a huge amount of time in order to get back onto the track safely. And I think he will be coming into the pits as well. Godentes and Rosanas into the pits. Declan Bowler as well, as he actually just returns to the pits. Eric Giselle into the pits. Alex Sun still just chilling out there as he tries to come back onto the track. I'm not sure if it's worth it, since he cannot steer the track at all. You go back to the battle for 6th place. unfortunate situations. And sadly, more and more people who have to come into the pits, and sadly, more people who had to retire from this race because of a huge amount of damage. 4 retirees so far. As now the race starts to hopefully calm down a little bit. There's Marvin Reisenhauser with a lot of damage on his Nissan, trying to get closer to Chris Rise in 3rd place in the AM split. Good job by Chris Rise in order to get up so high. And Andrew Priadko just able to get back going after his yellow flag situation. Abe Santiment still setting the quickest lap times of this race. As Eric Giselle now getting closer to Bimo Aria through the uphill section. Pretty sure this is going to be a pretty easy move for him. Unless he gets impatient, as he does now. Goes onto the inside of Bimo Aria. Great move by the German. A very, very good move. Very brave in order to go for a move right there. As he's now got his eyes set on Pocholo Di Mano. Chris Rise and Marvin Reisenhauser going side by side through the chase. Marvin Reisenhauser able to come out on top. And now he's up into 8th place. Next stop is Vil Virenen. Declan Bowler is still in the pits. As Aidan Furby now goes up into 24th. Chris Rise. Actually, not losing too much time to Marvin Reisenhauser. As Eric Giselle now a whole second away from Pocholo Di Mano. 12 places he has lost since the start of the race. And Pocholo Di Mano just got David Blith right in front of him as well. This is going to be a very big recovery race for Eric Giselle in order to get back up into the top 10. As Eric Giselle now goes up into 14th place, and his next stop is going to be David Blith. There's Eric Giselle making contact with David Blith, and back to the pits he goes. And the recovery race is not gonna happen after all, as we can have a look on the replay of what even happened. I hope 30 seconds is gonna be enough. I think chase cam is gonna be the best one, as he goes, tries to make a move, tags him on the back, and well, that is race over for Eric Giselle. David Blith able to just get away with it. David Blith absolutely tanking it. and able to keep on going. Still in 13th place and still ahead of Pacello Domano. Did not phase him at all. So the person who really has lost out is Eric Giselle. Ethan Reed. Now, only a second away from Andrew Priatko. Ethan Reed does not want to finish this race with this slowdown. He will be hoping to get ahead of his other AM competitors. And there we go, Ethan Reed side by side now with Andrew Priatko into the second corner they go now. Will he go on the inside? I'm sure he will try and stay in there as they go towards the cutting now on the outside. Ethan Reed, they'll still be going side by side. Who will be ahead? I'm sure Andrew Priatko! He crashes. He gets right ahead of Kanahari Hutama. So many AMs survived. The only conclusion we can draw is that pros suck at driving. You know what? There is a little story called, I think, LFM Flexstream thing, whatever it was. Like if you look at SRO, right, into Monza, there was a crash before the first corner. So, you know, some of the best drivers in this game, as Andrew Priatko colliding with Aiden Furby, some of the best drivers on this game cannot drive this game together. They are super quick, like, you know, doing 158s on Bathurst as race pace or something like that. But then because all of them are competing for, you know, positions, they will all are all highly how would you say it? They have a very high ego, and they all really want positions, and they all want their numbers to go lower and lower. As Dries Verhulst, yellow flag. Not sure what's happened to his car. And he can actually not even steer his car. Look at that. In order to go straight, he has to turn it 90 degrees. Tarkun. I crashed like 4 times. Yeah. Yeah, it happens. But, nevertheless, Nürburgring should be one of those races that, you know, there won't be as many people. There won't be such chaos of 33 drivers going up the hill in lap 1. You know, we'll have like 28 drivers instead. And, you know, apart from turn 1, Nürburgring is a very, very safe place from experience in this league, so You read my name first, somebody can do this. Oh, come on, I know the drink, okay? You know, Oh, there's Trees for Hulse. Nearly misses the pit entry. I know the drink, you know, it's a sick drink, I love it. And also, you know, I do speak Russian. Oh, Tom Brown, rear-ending Andrew Priatko. Don't jinx next race before this one is finished. Yeah. Oh my god, Andrew Priatko is stuck in a very horrible position here. Oh, there's somebody coming up. There is somebody coming up. That is the number 16 of Pacholo Di Mano. Ooh. And who's next? It's the 151 car that collides. Amazing. Me watching the stream when I crashed 5 drivers in the race. Oh no. Humongous penalty incoming is all I can say. Humongous penalty. Gudantes Rosanas. 3/10 away from Bimo Aria. And now going side by side with them. They are in different splits, so they won't be fighting too hard. And Gudantes Rosanas back up into 15th place, and which I think is actually 8th in the pros, as he now tries to get Mohammed Bintang as well, and David Blith right in front of him as well. There's quite a lot of positions that Gudantes Rosanas is gaining here on the final corner, on the final stretch off this track, as he now goes up on the inside of Hell Corner and ahead of David Bliss for 13th place. Now behind them though is a proper fight between David Bliss and Bimo Aria, who's actually ahead of Gudantes Rosanas as they come towards the second corner. Limpar Bertold going slow, so was Marin Van Veen. Not sure what's happened to them, but anyhow, Chris Rice off the track. He is coming right back on, and no unsafe rejoins there. All good. All very, very good. Who's that going past him? I think that was Vladimir Lordanidi, who was very lucky to not be involved in any accidents today. I'm not going to jinx it. 15 minutes to go for Vladimir Lordanidi. As Camille Taha gets past Mohammed Bintang now for 19th place. Trees of a Hulst just coming through Forest Elbow. Somebody who we haven't seen too much is Anthony Camacho. He's in 16th place. He's been having a pretty quiet race. 9 positions up from his start in 25th. And he's trying to fight with David Bliss as well for 15th. Good race actually so far for the Ams. I have to say that. Only 1.5 seconds away from David Bliss, though Anthony Camacho losing a bit of time in the last sector compared to him. I need to prepare before Nürburgring, so my second race will be a lot better. Well, if anybody watching this wants to prepare for the Nürburgring race, or just overall wants to have a little bit of fun off-season, there is a Nürburgring sprint race happening next Wednesday, 6th of September at 19:00 BST. So, you know, if that is what you want, that is what you can have. That's Anthony Camacho now on the inside of David Blith through Skyline, trying to make a move. And not sure if there was a move to be done there, but now he has made David Blith a little bit more shaky, a bit more how would you say this? A little bit more nervous. He's not so sure about how Anthony Camacho will go about trying to get past him. Well, I think the easy move here is just going to be on the inside, get ahead, and job's done. Now Lars Breitenstein also has to get past David Blith, and that is a huge gap now for Anthony Camacho as he now lets go of Lars Breitenstein into the next corner, and it's a big gap between him and David Blith. No, there isn't. Around the outside, David Blith still has a chance here to go into the last corner, and this is the fight between the two broken BMWs. Camacho moving a little bit on the braking there, and making contact with David Blith, but nothing too serious. And there's Anthony Camacho now back up into 15th place, which is actually 7th in the AM split. As Lars Breitenstein now continues to lap the field as he just laps Bimo Aria right there. Pretty good race for Lars Breitenstein so far as well. As Marin van Veen still in 4th, Limpar Berthold in 5th right behind him. And Noé Lafrogne still in 1st as well. Behind him, Vilverunen is gaining. He is gaining quite steadily, about 4 to 3/10 a lap. Now, there is about 4 or 5 laps to go off this race. If he is gaining about 4/10 a lap, 5 times 4 is about 4.5. He might be able to catch up and get ahead of Noé Lafrogne if he continues this pace up. We will be able to, we will definitely check back on that, as Chris Rice now is fighting for 3rd place, the final podium place in the AM split, with Ganahari Hutama. Ganahari Hutama has got a lot of damage on his car, so does Chris Rice, but still getting closer to each other, as Chris Rice, that last lap, was able to do 1.3 seconds quicker than Ganahari Hutama. Though now Ganahari Hutama, knowing and maybe listening in to the stream, has sped up quite a bit. And away he goes for now. Chris Riser still did catch up about 2/10 that last lap, I think. As Ganahari Hutama just struggling quite a bit through the middle and first sector. And that last lap at 204.7. Chris Riser actually at 204.9, so 2/10 off. 2/10 slower than Ganahari Hutama. But still did gain quite a lot through the middle sector, and about the same through the final sector. Just had a little bit of a moment through the first sector, I think, so he will have to button that up and, you know, improve quite a bit. As he makes a bit of a mistake through the uphill and losing quite a bit of time to Kanahara Utama. Or maybe Kanahara Utama has just actually started to go quicker. Maybe he started to push these last 8 minutes, these last 4 laps. As I said also, Vilverunen was going to be able to catch up to the back of Noah Lafrogne by the end of this race. Well, he's now within that 1 second range. And there's still 7 minutes to go. 7.5 minutes to go, actually. So he will have plenty of opportunities in order to fight for first place and to get his debut win. No, not debut win. We've seen Vilverunen, and he's actually improved a hell of a lot from the last race, from the last season. Vilverunen now fighting for first place in the AMS is what we like to see. As he's only 8/10 away, we can go on board with him. And the gap actually feels a lot bigger from the inside. So I don't think he's stressing too much. Ooh, Noah Lafrogne having a little bit of a moment through the cutting, through the exit of the cutting, and losing a bit of time. His tail just going out, flat through that bit, and it's going to be flat through the next bit if you've got the balls to do so. Ooh, lifting a little bit there, probably just a little bit for safety. Lifting through here for sure. Get back onto the power through Skyline now. Just break a little bit, but not too much in order to lose the back end. Quickly down through Dipper and up towards Forest Elbow. This is where it counts, as you have to not lock up your tires a little too much through next to the walls and a little bit too far back and a little bit of a worse exit through Forest Elbow. Not gonna benefit him at all as Chris Rise, yellow flag, and yet again Ethan Reed involved in an accident, and so is Chris Rise as he was fighting with Kanahara Utama. Chris Rise now probably has a hell of a lot of damage. Not sure how his suspension is. We'll see on the straight. Definitely not handling well, is all I can see. Yeah, it looks actually to not have that much suspension damage. That's going to be good news for Kanahara Utama, who's just gone off. But he's back onto the track with a hell of a lot of damage as well. I was just about to say that's going to be great news for Chris Rise as Kanahara slowly comes into the pits. Now he's got a lot of damage on his front end. It's Camille Tahar also into the pit, and so is Ethan Reed. Yeah, Kanahara Utama trying to pull into his box. Mohammed Bintang, yellow flag for him. It's not up the hill, it's actually off the track in the first bit. Did he lose his brakes? Because that was a very, very far way of going off the track. Anyhow, Vilverunen now. Still only a second off Noah Lafrogne. Noah Lafrogne upping up his pace. He's just done a 2:03.9 5/10 ahead of Vilverunen that last lap. So, Noah Lafrogne might have been just conserving his tyres, you know, keeping a very steady pace in order to now be able to use it as defense in the final 2 or 3 laps. If I leave, can I join back? I mean, there's not much of a point in joining back the race now. There is 3.5 minutes to go. You will only get no laps because of the control lock that happens for like 2 minutes. So there's no point in coming back now. And if you do decide to leave on your own terms, then I would advise you don't come back. Last lap, Vilverunen now 2/10 up on Noah Lafrogne. Pacciolo Di Mano, yellow flags through the downhill section as the camera is just waiting to... Oh, there he is. He's on the ball. And he's back. I just want to watch hot lap of Abe. Oh, okay. If you just want to watch, then okay, that's okay. Dries Verhulst, yellow flag with Andrew Priadko. But if you want to watch hot lap of Abe, that's actually on our YouTube channel. There is one of his laps of a 2-minute time, and soon enough we'll be uploading a 1:59 time from him. So, and plus it has the setup for both for I think Ferrari and McLaren. I'm not sure if we posted the Ferrari one. Vilverunen still fighting on with Noah Lafrogne as there is about, I'd say there's 2 laps to go for them. As it all counts off Abe Santama. When Abe crosses the line and if it hits 0:00, then that's the end of the race. There's Noah Lafrogne making a big mistake there onto the grass. Vilverunen also made a mistake coming out. As Vilverunen now on the inside of Noah Lafrogne, won't be able to do much then. Abe Santama, yellow flag, made a big mistake. And he does have a damage on his car. Vladimir Lordanidi sadly won't gain from it. But it is a bit of a confidence booster for Vladimir Lordanidi, because he has not had a crash that we've seen at least. And actually his car looks absolutely spotless. Abe making a mistake, unheard of. Wow. This track can, you know, really mess up even the best of drivers. So, you know, it happens. Definitely happens. As Vilverunen now. 1 more lap to go as Abe Santama just starts his final lap of the race. It'll be the final lap for Vilverunen as they cross the line. So, as David Blith on the outside there. What's happened here? He might be impeding Noah Lafrogne as he lets them all go very nicely there through the downhill sections. Vilverunen trying to go on the inside of Noah Lafrogne. Very close to the back of him, but he did compromise his exit out of the forest elbow. So did Noah Lafrogne, and now in the slipstream, Vilverunen trying to go for the race win in the AM split. Can he finally get his first win in the first race of the season? On the inside he goes, and there's just not enough space in order to go for a move, as one more lap to go for these two as they fight so hard. Vilverunen makes a huge mistake, and I think that's gonna be his battle for first place over, as he now just has to try and coast back in to second place, at least finish this race, as horrible stuff strikes. As he's now not going to be able to battle for first. And what a battle it could have been. But I'm sure this will continue on to Nürburgring as well, as he will not want to give up at all. A great race for Vilverunen. A better race for Noah Lafrogne. Still has to come and finish this race though. But the person who will finish is Abe Santama, as he comes across the line now to finish the race in first place. And that is the end for that, as Vladimir Lordanidi, on his debut season with us, finishes in second as runner-up spot, pretty much first place, as there he goes, and Lars Breitenstein will finish third for the first race of this season as well. Good result for the German man, the new addition to the VGTR Esport team as well, as Noah Lafrogne coming through towards the chase now. He will be very happy with himself, I hope, that he's able to take this first win in the AMS, even with the pressure of Vilverunen right behind. But nothing could have stopped the Frenchman today in the Mercedes, as he now rounds the final corner, and he will finish in first place, ahead of everybody who tried to deny him. Great race for him and Vilverunen. What race it could have been for him, sadly crashing out on the penultimate lap. Had the pace to be on first, but still comes home to finish second for Finland. I'm not sure why it's for Finland. It's mostly for Big Brain Racing, the team that he's racing for in this championship. Great race for him. And, well, great race for everybody else as well. Apart from the guys that were involved in the first lap crash, the second lap crash, and the rest of the lap crashes as well. A big round of applause, by the way, to Tom Brown, who absolutely destroyed the expectations that I had, you know. 10th place from 29th. I actually want to go talk to him. Tommy. Fourth place, man.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go. Slow and steady. Doesn't quite win the race, but it does unusually well.
Exactly. Well, that is the end of this race. If you did enjoy it, do drop us a like and subscribe. And we'll be back for next week on Wednesday, hopefully, for the Nürburgring Sprint. And on Saturday as well for the Nürburgring Sprint yet again. And more races after that as well. But have a great rest of your day. And we'll be back next time.